Hi everybody, it's Miss K back with another Japanese with Miss K video, and we're on to part five, I should say. But if you are following along in the Genki book, then we are on to like lesson four. So we're like one apart, which is basically because the first video was sort of more of just a rundown of Japanese as opposed to starting the lessons with Genki. As I've said in the past, if this is too fast or too slow, feel free to come check out Genki in the library. We have it here for you. You can also purchase these books on Amazon if you would like. So we're gonna start phasing out some of the English that are normally in the videos. These are gonna get a little bit longer, as I said before, and some other ones that we're gonna condense them just a little bit because we can't cover every single thing in the chapter due to the fact that it would make the videos too long. At the end of the videos, I will definitely mention the chapters, the grammar points that I skipped. I try to do most of the vocabulary, but I do jump around with the grammar points and try to pick the most important ones for the time, as well as I'm going to start adding kanji so you guys can see the kanji, and we'll go from there. So the word for vocabulary is actually tango, so we're going to start using this more often. You won't see vocabulary on top anymore. You'll now start seeing tango. So the first word is arubaito, part-time job. Kaimono, shopping. Korasu, class. Anata, you. Isu, chair. Inu, dog. Omiyage, souvenir. Kodomo, child. Shashin, picture. Sukue, desk. Tegami, letter. Neko, cat. Hito, person. Pan, bread. Meru, email. Next we move on to places and time. Otera, temple. Kohen, park. Supa, supermarket. Depato, department store. Basute, bus stop. Byoin, hospital. Hoteru, hotel. Honya, bookstore. So you guys recognize the word hon as book. The ya is the part that makes the store. So you might see this type of pattern often with an item, and sometimes ya next to it to show what type of store it is. Just a heads up. Machi, town or city. Restaurant, restaurant. Moving over to time now. Kino, yesterday. Jikan, hours, like how many hours it took you to do something. Senshu, last week. Easy way to remember that one is I sent you last week. Sort of easy to remember. Toki, when, as in when will something happen, or sort of what time would it be? Kinyobi, Monday. Kayobi, Tuesday. Suyobi, Wednesday. Mokuyobi, Thursday. Kinyobi, Friday. Also, the last video we learned Saturday and Sunday, and just for a refresher, Saturday is doyobi, and Sunday is nichiyobi. Now we're moving over to verbs. We started learning verbs last week, and we're going to continue with that. Ao is to meet or see a person. Aru, there is a place, uses the partial ni, or thing. We use the partial for a thing, it's ga. Kao, to buy. Kaku, to write a person or a thing, if you're depending on what you're doing. Toru, to take a picture, not just like to take something. It's specifically for a picture. Matsu, to wait. Wakaru, to understand. So if someone is telling you something, you say wakarimasu, I understand, or wakarimasen, I do not understand. Iru, which is a person, as in, or it stays at, sort of. Like it sort of depends, like where you are, or where, like if you are somewhere at somewhere. Migi, right. Hidari, left. Mae, front. Ushiro, back. Naka, inside. Ue, on. Shita, under. Chikaku, near or nearby. Tonari, next. Aida, between. And when you use that one, you would use a, to, be, no, and then using that. And we'll learn some more about the location words a little bit later. So now we're on to grammar, which is bunpo. So first we start with ex ga arimasu and imasu. Ex ga arimasu means there is slash are. X, which would be non-living things. You could also use arimasu when you want to say that there is something at a certain location, to say that you have or own something, or that an event will take place. Example: Aso ni McDonald's ga arimasu. There's a McDonald's over there. Terebi ga arimasen. I don't have a TV. Ashita ni Hongo no karasu ga arimasen. There will be no Japanese class tomorrow. Ex ga imasu is for when you want to present a person or some other sentient being, probably a cat, dog, something like that. And you can also use it to say that you have friends slash siblings. So, asoko ni ryugakusei ga imasu. There's an international student over there. Nihonjin no tomodachi kaimasu. I have a Japanese friend. So those are the two ways you can use arimasu and imasu. So this is another way to describe where things are. This is the grammar point for the location words we just learned. I'm not going to go through these all the way, so you guys are welcome to pause the video during this time if you need to copy this down. This diagram is exactly in this chapter in Genki, so I just kind of remade it for the PowerPoint for you guys. So the way you would use this is x, y no, migi des. So sort of this and this are to the right of this. I've also put the kanji next to them like I did with the other ones, as well as put the English there as well. And then the English side of it is X is to the right of Y. So one way is how you would display it in Japanese and what it actually means in English. And at the bottom is how we use the between. So X, Y, Y to Z no aida des. X is between Y and Z. We're not going to go too deep into this one, but that's sort of the gist of what it is, and feel free to practice at home. Now we move over to past tense, which is talking about things that happened since you last week, last month, last year, in general in the past. So first there's des. So des is, we learned in the first chapter how to like end your sentence. So there's just des, which is your present tense. Then there's janai des. Watashi no Nihonjin wa janai desu. I'm not a Japanese person. We'll see some more examples of it later. We also have deshita, which is like past tense. You're just talking about something that happened in the past. Like yesterday I went to sleep, something like that. And then there's janakata desu. So it seems like a handful, but it's once you get into the rhythm, it's not so hard. Yamashita sensei wa Sakura Daigaku no Daigaku no sei deshita. So Mr. Yamashita was a student at Sakura University. And then this one is also Are wa Nihon no e ga janakatta desu. So that was not a Japanese movie. Um, the verbs, we move over to verbs now. So we talked sort of about a little bit of conjugating verbs. The past tense is mas. The past tense negative didn't happen would be masen. Past tense is mashita. It happened yesterday. I did this yesterday. And then the negative is masen deshita. So Mary-san wa kuji goro uchi ni kairimashita. Mary-san returned home at about 9. And then the next example, watashi wa kino nihongo o benkyou shimasen deshita. I did not study Japanese yesterday. The next part we're going to move on to is participle mo and to. Mo is used when 2 or more people are doing the same activity. When someone buys or sees or eats 2 or more items, or when they go to 2 or places or do something on 2 different occasions. To is used to connect nouns A and B and can also mean together with or with whom you do something with. Here are some great examples of how to use mo. Watashi wa Kyoto ni ikimashita. Yamashita sensei mo Kyoto ni ikimasu. I went to Kyoto yesterday. Professor Yamashita went to Kyoto yesterday, too. Mary-san wa kutsu o kaimashita. Mary-san wa kaban mo kaimashita. Mary bought shoes. Mary bought a bag as well, or 2, either or. Watashi wa senshu Kyoto ni ikimashita. Osaka ni mo ikimashita. I went to Kyoto last week. I went to Osaka too. Here's examples now of how to use mo. Nihongo to eigo o hanashimasu. Nihongo to eigo o hanashimasu. I speak Japanese and English. Kyoto to Osaka ni ikimashita. I went to Kyoto and Osaka. Mary-san wa Su-san to Kankoku ni ikimasu. Mary will go to Korea with Sue. So thank you for checking out this video. Arigatou gozaimasu. And as usual, don't forget to practice. And while we are at the end of the video, I will talk about the grammar points that we did not discuss that are also in this chapter. The first one is ichijikan, which will sort of tell you how to use nouns in sense of time, how you've done something for an hour, several months, some amount of hours. And the other one was taksan. Taksan means many or a lot. And pretty much this grammar point is discussing how to use taksan in a sentence properly. So those were left out. You are welcome to come and check out Genki from the library, or you can purchase it on Amazon, as I said at the beginning of the video. As always, don't forget to practice, and thank you for watching. Sayonara.